from the looks of you, you muscled up. Did it make you feel slower at all? Like the thought in boxing sometimes is as you bulk up, you don't feel as fast. Did it make you feel stronger? What was the difference physically?
Hey, listen, man, a lot of people say I'm slow. A lot of people say adding weight, fat, muscle, whatever the case may be, make you slower. So I just told everybody, let's see how slow I am.
Man, let me tell you, Crawford just hit everyone with a brutal dose of reality about this whole Canelo is unbeatable narrative. He didn't disrespect him, just kept it real. Canelo's a great fighter, but he's not invincible. And honestly, I love that. Too many folks act like Canelo's out here fighting with cheat codes in his gloves.
Great balance. He got great counter-punching ability. He got great defense. He got a great punch selection. He got great feints, great power, great left hook, great overhand right. You know, he's a great fighter. So, you know, he's going to bring the best.
Exactly. Crawford came through like, much respect to Canelo, but I see the flaws. That's the kind of mindset you have to bring when you're stepping into the lion's den. But wasn't just hyping himself up. He was giving Canelo his props and making it clear he's not intimidated. It was like he said, "Beautiful garden, bro, but I came to dig up the roots." That kind of confidence. You can't fake it, and you definitely can't buy it. It's built over time, in the trenches. And honestly, when Crawford speaks like that, it doesn't feel like he's just gearing up for a fight with Canelo, it feels like he's going toe-to-toe with legacy itself. He's out to rewrite the story and silence every last doubter watching.
Y'all not talking about my performances in the ring, which always should matters. You know, is how I perform in the ring. You know, y'all talking about, you know, you don't have no personality. I'm like, okay, well, that's your personal opinion because you want me to act like a clown. You know, and I'm not going to act like no clown. I'm going to act like me, you know.
All right, let's talk about that press conference, because Crawford cooked, and he didn't even have to raise the temperature. Man was cool as ice the whole time, just sitting there unfazed while people kept bringing up size like it's some big revelation. He hit him with that calm, "I've been doubted my whole life. What else you got?" That wasn't just confidence. It was stone-cold assurance. The kind that makes you question if you're even sure about what you ordered for dinner. He owned the room without saying much, and that silence, loud.
Opinion doesn't matter at the end of the day, in my eyes or in my feelings, because I've been doubted my whole career, my whole life in boxing. So, you know, I've been told I would never be where I'm at.
And when Sayu tried to slide in with that first-round knockout talk, Crawford shut it down quicker than bad Wi-Fi on fight night. Straight up called him drunk like it was happy hour at an MMA bar. But here's the real gem I caught. Bud's not out here giving predictions. He's giving you a vibe that is basically saying, I don't need to talk numbers. I'll let my fists handle the paperwork. Saturday night, that's when the statement gets notarized.
World, Ilia Topuria says that if you guys ever boxed, he would knock you out based on the first punch.
That dude drunk, you know. Hey. You know, a lot of MMA guys, they drink a lot, so he must have been on that alcohol that day.
That's dangerous energy right there. When Crawford laughed off that muscles don't matter line from Canelo, I sat back like, careful now. Because yeah, those muscles might not mean much in the ring, but Bud's timing? That's a whole different kind of weapon. And honestly, timing beats power every time. A six-pack won't save you from a perfectly placed punch. This fight doesn't even feel like boxing anymore. It feels like two final bosses entering the arena with cheat codes loaded Saturday night. That's not just a fight. That's a history exam. And only one of them is walking out with a pen in hand, ready to write the answers.
That power will translate up, and do you believe you can stop Canelo Alvarez?
I don't know. You know what I mean? If about stopping him, but, you know, I'm strong. You know, I never been in the ring with Canelo, so I can't speak on him, but... You know, that's why we fight the fight that we fight, so we can figure it out.
All right, so we just saw Crawford flex that unshakable confidence. Now let's switch over to Canelo. My guy was just as calm, cool, and collected, brushing off all the noise like it was nothing but background static. Reporters threw everything at him, rumors about Crawford's shoulder, photoshopped pics, injury whispers, you name it. And Canelo, he didn't flinch. Just said, I don't care. I'm still showing up to cook. That right there, that's pure mindset. No distractions, Just focus locked in.
What's your initial reaction when you look at it, and what do you think of his physique?
It's good. I feel happy because that you realize it's gonna be a good fight. So and we expect a good fight.
He even gave props where they are due. Said Crawford looks good, which was pretty classy. But then he dropped the real talk. Don't forget, I've moved up in weight too. And I'll remind you on fight night who runs this ring. That's the quiet confidence of a guy who's been through the storm and knows exactly how to navigate it. And let's be real, when Canelo says, I'll remind you, that's not just a polite heads up. That's a threat wrapped in charm.
Maybe they know, but if not, I'm gonna remind them September 13. I can do a lot of things in the ring, and I'm gonna put everything there.
What I really love is that he's not getting caught up in all the drama. He's locked in on the job, plain and simple, and ready to get it done by any means necessary. That's a dangerous version of Canelo right there. When he's patient and focused like that, he doesn't throw punches just to throw punches. He punishes mistakes, and the fact that he's not buying into Crawford's injury talk. That tells you everything. Whether Bud's healthy or hurt, Canelo's coming in with the mindset that you're still getting the same fierce competitor. No excuses, no distractions, just business.
I'm gonna do my job. I'm gonna be patient, do my job, and win, no matter what way.
I'm gonna win no matter how, but win I will. Just when you thought the Canelo versus Crawford hype couldn't get any hotter, Nonito Donaire steps in and throws even more gas on the fire. And honestly, I loved it. He laid down the cleanest 50-50th split you'll ever hear. On one side, he's giving props to Canelo, talking about the body, the power, the weight like it's his own backyard. But on the flip side, he's all about Crawford's speed, skill, and that slick switch-up style that leaves opponents swinging at nothing but air. It's the perfect breakdown. Two champions, two completely different threats, and a fight that's anyone's game.
Crawford is very skillful. He's very talented. He can box, he can brawl, he can do anything. But then Canelo also has that power to neutralize things. But he've always had problem with people who walks or runs around him or moves.
Nonito even cracked a joke about Usyk jumping in and turning this into a full-on Royal Rumble, belts flying everywhere like Mario Kart power-ups. That mental image alone had me cracking up. But jokes aside, what really stood out was his honesty. He didn't sugarcoat the risks Crawford's taking. He straight up said, yeah, Bud's brilliant, but the moment Canelo lands on those arms or that body, Bud might start second-guessing this whole move-up. And honestly, he's spot on. This fight is wildly unpredictable. It's the kind of matchup where even legends like Donaire just shrug and say, bro, sit back, grab some popcorn, this one's a total coin flip.
That I have to give it a 50-50 because I give Canelo the power, the leverage in this weight, but then I give the skills and the talent and the speed to Crawford. And that's why this is going to be a very, very, very interesting and entertaining fight. And I'm grateful that this fight is...
Speaking of legends weighing in, Jim Gray showed up as the calm, steady voice of boxing's conscience. I don't know about you, but I really respect how he quickly shut down all that talk about Crawford having all the fans. He was like, hold up, look around. This is Canelo country. And honestly, he nailed it. Canelo could be fighting on the moon, and you'd still see half of Mexico pitching tents and setting up launches out there. Jim didn't stop there. He also threw down some real talk when he said public opinion doesn't matter. It's the truth. At the end of the day, it's about what happens in that ring, not the...
It really doesn't matter. Public opinion isn't getting hit in the head, and public opinion isn't getting hit, at all. So, all of that really doesn't make a whole lot of difference. But I suspect that there's support for both sides. And if you just care about the institution and care about boxing...
Twitter likes don't block uppercuts. You can tweet #Team Crawford 1,000,000 times, but when that bell rings, only one guy's taking the punches. And I love that Jim reminded us this fight isn't just hype. It's history in the making. Vegas packed to the brim, Netflix cameras rolling, 60,000 fans screaming like it's a rock concert. This is boxing flexing its muscles again, loud and proud, and me? I'm here for every single second because when Jim Gray's this hyped, you know the fight's about to be absolutely insane.
For fights from both sides, and while Canelo has fought guys who, have been southpaws and so forth, They usually don't switch in the middle of the round. So you never know what can happen in these fights. Canelo is a bigger guy, and Canelo, we saw what happened to him when he went up against.
And right after Jim Gray dropped that public opinion don't block punches wisdom, Bernie Thoxer, Crawford's day one guy, stepped in and flipped the whole convo into full-on fight mode that only didn't just hype him up, he carved Crawford straight out of Mount Rushmore. He said, forget the rumors. Forget the shoulder talk. This man's built like an action figure and ready to throw hands. And honestly, I felt that energy. Bernie's coming through with straight-up confidence. We're healthy. We're dangerous. And if Crawford wins, no one's spinning it with excuses. That kind of vibe tells me the camp isn't just preparing for Canelo, they're daring him to find out what's coming.
He's going to be willing to exchange more than other people because he has that dog in him.
No, I don't mean to be willing to exchange where we trade punches, but
yeah,
I'm going to be in there long enough to get mine off, and I got my defense to know what's coming back.
Definitely.
I'm going to stand in there enough to hurt him. I ain't going to try to punch and run at the same time.
Here's the part that really had me leaning in. Bernie actually believes Bud can stop Canelo. Let that sink in. The guy who takes punches like they're breakfast tacos. Bernie says Crawford's plan is to work the body, set traps, and stay in the fight long enough to make Canelo feel power he's never felt before, and you know what? He might be onto something. Bud's not stepping into the ring scared. He's calculated. Stand. Fire off shots. Move out. Repeat. If that strategy clicks, this isn't just a win we're talking about. We're talking one of the biggest upsets in boxing history.
Successful 3-time undisputed. What does that mean, you know, for the camp, for his legacy and everything?
Well, that means everybody goes up. That means all our prices is going up. You understand? Our stock is rose even more.
All right. So Eddie's out here casually dropping bombs like it's just another Tuesday. He says Boots dropped Canelo 4 times in sparring. Like, hold up. If that really happened, that's not sparring. That's a full-on crash course in humility, and you gotta laugh because Eddie tried to dress it up like, oh yeah, great work. Valuable rounds. Bro. Valuable rounds. Nah. If I hit the canvas 4 times in practice, that's me scrambling for career backup plans. But Eddie's slick. He knows how to sell it. You walk away thinking Boots is the future, and maybe Canelo's camp is over there nervously asking, where's that kid at?
In my opinion, Boots is a much tougher fight for Canelo Alvarez right now than Crawford is, given his age, given his inactivity and everything. But they're all amazing.
But then Eddie flips the script and says straight up, Canelo slowed down. And honestly, I get it. That William Skulls fight looked like Canelo was running on low battery mode, like an iPhone refusing to update. Sure, his team swears.
This is one of the great performances in the history of.
When you're that deep into your career with injuries piling up, it doesn't always show up under the bright lights. Here's the punchline though. He calls Crawford 39 and basically says, it's not like Canelo's fighting Boots. Translation, yeah, Bud's amazing, but Father Time already RSVP to this fight, and you know what? He's not wrong. Eddie just laid it out. This is legend versus legend, not prime versus prime. And that's the wild part. You still can't pick a side without second-guessing yourself. Did I think he slowed down? And I
slowed down, and I think that's natural. But it might be because of the opposition. I mean, I thought he was poor against William Skull, but let's be honest, he probably weren't that motivated. People around Canelo Alvarez have told me he is looking like a beast in camp.
That's natural. But honestly, it might just be because of the opposition. I mean, yeah, I thought Canelo looked off against William Skulls, but let's be real. He probably wasn't fully motivated. People close to Canelo have told me he's looking like a straight beast in camp for this fight. Drop your hot takes in the comments. Let's get this debate heavy. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel because we're bringing the heat every single time. Catch you in the next one, fight fans.